final question. FetchNow has been sitting in a beta format in a number of different communities over the last year as part of you guys getting the application up to its optimized form. What has been the feedback from that application in these targeted markets?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that's interesting when you do a beta and you get feedback. We developed the application. We're both big. We're all really, everyone in the company is obviously a big user of the application. Norman and I in particular. And there's things that we enjoy about the application, things that we want, or the service that we want to add, and things of this nature. And it's interesting to hear the beta feedback. People use the application in ways that you don't expect them potentially to use it, or they use features a lot less or a lot more than you may expect them to use it. And so I think the things that we've learned is that you got to simplify the processes as much as possible and make it as easy as possible for a user to get it, use it, thrive in it, if you will, in terms of getting the full value of it. I think the pieces that we continue to expand on and add to the platform are how do they share it, how do they share it with their friends, how do they share it with their networks. I think that's a key way in which we grow this particular platform, but it's also a way in which we think we can really help individuals get more out of the platform as well.
A couple of the fun facts that we've learned in case studies and our review of people that have used it and organizations that are engaged with the FetchNow platform is the click-through rates are very high and their conversion rates are very high. So when people go and they find the site, however they find it, whether they find it through an organization, in the test markets we did it through chambers of commerce and other businesses, and when they find the site or they get to the site, over 90% of the people start or download the application, use the application on a mobile device, etc. Once they start using it, their click-through rates are 85%. Their usage rates and their drill-down rates are substantially higher than the market. They're somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 to 400 times greater than what was available before. We did a base metric, for example, in one of the markets, and we saw that the click-through rates were 5-6 times, so 600% greater than what they had previously. And that's because people see this platform as engaging. It's new, it's current, it's information, and it's self-feeding. Where the information comes from is it comes from social networks. It comes from what businesses are trying to say about themselves. And Jim and I always thought about, how do you get, it's not just a listing that a business has. There is value certainly in where a business is and what their location is and what their logo is, but there's greater value in what they offer. What's their food, what's their band, what's their offering, and that's what I care about as an end user, and that's what Jim cares about, and that's how we really started off. And when we put it out in the market, it's just like you create something, you don't know what's going to happen. And when we've had iterative steps along the way, but we have tens of thousands of users. They use it all the time, and really the numbers speak for themselves. The engagement, how the people use it,